You're a young guy. I like it. You look young.
Well, thank you.
And I think that has to deal a lot with all of your things together.
I go a few rounds with Ali,
With Ali in the ring.
I'll be running. He'll be trying to catch me. I interviewed him, by the way.
Oh, you did?
A couple of times, Muhammad Ali.
What was that
Incredible.
like? Incredible?
Beautiful. Well, it was funny because it was in Chicago at the time, man, and there was a bunch of reporters around, and I was in the mix, with the microphone and all. And man, I was like, had connection with Ali, it was like cool connection. Him and I were vibing, and so I was excited. I was young and I was excited, and I had a tape recorder. Those days it wasn't digital; it was a tape, cassette tape recorder.
Yeah.
And so I went to play it back, and on the tape player, and I had noticed that I had the pause button on the whole time.
Oh.
I thought I was recording, so I said, "Oh my God!" I'm devastated, right? So I said, "Oh, what am I going to do?" So I knew he was going to be at this event later that night, a little reception, So I said, "Let me stand out in front of the reception room and catch him as he's coming in." I said, "Brother Muhammad, hey brother." He said, "Hey brother, how you doing?" I said, "I'm doing pretty good, brother, but I had a little problem earlier today, man. Can you help me out?" He said, "What happened, brother?" I said, "Man, I had the pause button on the whole time that I was doing that interview." He said, "Man, don't worry about it. You can interview me right now."
That's awesome.
He was, man. He was just that kind of dude, He didn't want me to be in pain too long. He said, "Interview me now." So I got a one-on-one. So it was really cool.
Wow.
And then 10 years later, he and I made the cover of this newspaper, with me and with the microphone, with the thing on pause. Didn't know.
You could see it in there?
But you couldn't see it was on pause, but you saw me with the microphone in his face. And, and so I had that picture of him and I. And so I asked him if he would autograph it. He was coming through. This was 10 years after that. This was 10 years after I interviewed him. And my kids were with me at the time, my two sons. So they met Ali.
So got to meet him.
Ali. Yeah, they said that was the biggest one of the most important moments of my life. They said that when we met Ali,
What was, you said that you connected with him. How, when you can read people, so being able to read him, what was it like? Could you tell, okay, this guy, I could tell, he was built to be a fighter.
He was a real deal.
He was the real deal.
Because spiritually, he was connected to spirit. He had a self-confidence. He and I were mirrors of each other in the sense because he approached boxing the same way I approach music, in the moment. Spontaneous improvisation, and that's what he did. Rope-a-dope, all that stuff that he created that no one had ever done before. There's so many boxers that have copied stuff from Ali that he just did out of nature, out of his own consciousness, and to be free.
Yeah,
to like Steph Curry, to be free. People look at Steph Curry like they can't duplicate what Steph Curry does because it's coming from a spiritual place. It's coming from a place of total self-confidence and freedom to be himself. He don't care what people think about him. Ali didn't care what people thought about him. I don't care what people think about my music. They like it or they don't like it, You can always change the channel, right?
Exactly.
If you don't want to watch Ali, just turn the channel to somebody else. So I don't worry about that. I think that if I'm authentic, if I'm coming across in an authentic way, people are going to pick that up. People are going to gravitate to that because everyone really wants to be authentic.
I think at the end of the day,
everyone wants to be authentic. But it's our judgments about ourselves and others that prevents us from being authentic.
And social media glorifies that.
Yeah, we allow ourselves to be beat up, and we worry about what other people think about us. But why?